Hi, very good afternoon to Shut Up Talks. Okay, it's a new podcast series run by me, myself, and I. I'm Shalini from MCCHR. So today we have our fellow speakers. I think we'll call them as guests. It'll be more casual. We have Zafir and we have Harshini. So do you mind introducing yourselves a little?
Hi, I'm Zhafir, and I'm currently working at MCCHR, and I have my own NGO, youth NGO, the Good Society Malaysia. So that's all.
Hi everyone, I'm Harshini and currently I'm an intern at MCCHR and I am very passionate about human rights.
Right. Thank you very much. Nice knowing both of you. Yeah, because I work with both of you. So obviously it's nice knowing both of you. So as we know, today our topic is going to be youth involvement in politics. Okay. And as we have seen, and as we know, youth will be shaping the future of a nation because we are the generation where we are. It's very competitive out there, as well as we are exposed to the advancement of technology in various ways and in various sectors. Jobs, may it be education and whatnot. So, when it comes to politics and youth, why do you think it's very much important for youth to be involved?
As we all know, the youth is the backbone of our country. That idea has been implemented to us all in our education system, in our textbook. So, because we need to prepare our youth to become the next leader. If we doesn't involve them in this early stage, so when the older leaders they have passed away or gone, so our youth is not prepared to become the leader. So we need to prepare them on early stage.
I definitely agree with Zafir. So also I think that it's because maybe as the times are changing, the youths have more of a better view of what's happening in our country. It's not saying that our older leaders don't have great ideas, but maybe as we are evolving, it's hard to catch up with what's happening in our country. So I think youths would give a better, fresher perspective in our political scenario in our country.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting answers. I really appreciate it. But I have a question for the both, since we all belong in the youth, especially the upcoming generation, as well as we are the current ones who are facing lots of challenges. I think it would be a daily challenge. Okay, may it be personal life, may it be job, and etc. So I would like to ask, what are your thoughts about the Undi 18 initiative that we had before?
So the Undi 18 initiative, I think is good initiative that it gather the support of MPs, majorities of MP, and uh, nowadays the youth 18 years old can vote for to determine our next leader. So I think the initiative is good and uh, important to our politics. But maybe the preparation to our generation, to the young generation, is not adequate. Yeah.
I think that our Uni 18 is good and it's good in educating our younger generation of um, who are going to be representing us and also giving them a lot of political awareness. I definitely think also maybe we could, although we can communicate to the younger generation, but I think comprehension is something important. So maybe we should focus more on how they are adapting to the information we're giving out. Because maybe we also could, I mean, although we all are in the same age group, there are younger generations like 18, 19. So they are more, mainly I feel like the way they adapt to things are different than how we adapt to things. So I think the way we give out what we're trying to give, like our political awareness, should be in a way that they can adapt it. So comprehension is important in this matter.
Very well said. Very well said. Yes, comprehension is very important. But I have another question to you guys. Okay. I think I'm not sure if any of you voted during the last election. Sempat tak?
Yes. But
Sempat. Okay. So when you voted, right, your particular constituency ke whatever, did you have the knowledge of who your leader is going to be, or who's going to be, taking over the particular area? Is it a parachute candidate, or is it a candidate who's born and raised in a particular area? So what were your thoughts when you were casting the vote? Like, but you pergi, because I know others, segelintir youth yang pergi sebab they were excited. Some were, first timers, and they were like, oh, okay, finally we can vote. Tapi ada juga segelintir yang, okay, it's time to vote, it's time for a change, because we know that youth from various countries who are abroad, diorang pun cast vote and all that with the hopes and thoughts that things will get better for Malaysia. But so what were your feelings when you went for the first time voting, or maybe it may be a second time, I'm not sure, but it's first time voting? So what were your thoughts, what were your feelings? Did you really know who's going to be your leaders, and did Undi 18 knowledge actually sempat tak for you to grasp who and what?
For me, because I nearly in the age of 21 during the PRU 12, 12 GE. So this is my first time voting last PRU. The knowledge about my constituency, I get it from social media, Instagram, the candidate social media. So I think, I just see their social media and view their accomplishment contribution there. So I think I get enough information to vote for my constituency.
For me, when I was going to vote, it was definitely an exciting experience. I felt like a grown up that time, even though I was still like, I think 20 or 21 when I was going to vote. And definitely for my side, because the MP who was running in my area, he was a very involved person. Even previously, before the PRU came, I could see the type of contributions he would give to all communities, and it's not just majority, but also plays a lot of roles in minorities, because the place where I stay, there's a lot of minorities there. So I could clearly see he campaigned not just on social media, but also in real life. I could see the contributions and the changes they made, and also he involved a lot of youth. And because of that involving of youth, I got the political awareness of, like, okay, this is his contributions to what they're going to give to us. And also, even though there was the opposing MP who was who was also running for elections there, they weren't much involved in what they were doing. It was mostly, as Zafir told, it was social media, so I couldn't see the real life changes. And so it was easier for me when I was going to vote. So I think in that way, it was very exciting also, and it was educational. So I could see, like, who would actually just say words and who would actually just do the action.
Interesting. It's nice to know that you guys actually knew about it and knew about your candidates or whoever's going to lead the particular area. But do you think, like, in your own circle, respective circles, do you think that the youngsters who were equally maybe your age group and whatnot, when they're voting, do you think they really knew what was happening, or they were just going for excitement? It's the first time. So you can share your experience, like, after casting vote, because vote's supposed to be confidential, but then sometimes you just say it, okay. It's a human thing, it's a human instinct. So when you like, once you casted your vote, right, did you actually mention anyone whom you voted for and stuff, or were you all aware of the do's and don'ts prior to voting?
When I voted, I definitely saw my circle of friends. A lot of people who weren't politically aware of what was happening, they were all very excited, like, oh, we can vote. And then the very mainstream picture of taking their voting cards. But it was quite obvious, because some of them thought that, even though there was a difference between the political parties and what they were trying to give, and I think since it was already, the long time government was already overthrown, and people were quite excited for change. But I think some of the candidates in the new government that they were running for weren't the best candidates, although they were in the running party of the government. So I think in that sense, people really didn't know who they were voting for. I mean, in my circle, they just wanted the majority party to win. So, and it was also I saw a lot of people who posted their voting cast with, like pictures of who they are going to vote for. So I think in that way, also for security reasons, it's not recommended to tell who you're voting for, because in the next day, if your area is going to have a different party, it can affect you and other people at the same time. So I think in my circle, definitely there were people who were very politically aware, but there are also people who didn't know what they were doing. And they just, randomly say, like, don't vote for this party, don't vote for that party. But do you guys actually know what they're giving out? That's a question.
Yeah, for my circle, uh, there is a argument on WhatsApp group. In yeah,
Wow.
so they will share propaganda message about, oh, don't vote this, don't vote this particular party. But that is on the WhatsApp group, my WhatsApp group. In the because I live in kampung area, uh, there is maybe from my perspective, the family part, the older generation
Older
in
generation. Okay,
each
got
of
it.
their family, they influence their children, their youngsters to vote which party. So there is more the voting trend is more toward the party, not the
Party candidate
candidate.
itself. Yeah,
There
yeah, that's
there is
true.
no discussion
That's true.
about the candidate or who is him, and who or who is her and what is their contribution. And there is not much discussion on that, but really on the party that they are representing.
Correct.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Zafir, because I also saw in my area there was a lot of people who would just when I was going to vote, I think there was a father and son in front of me. So the father was just like, you have to vote for this party because they've been long time here. But are you really educating your son on what the candidates are giving out? I don't think so. So I think that should change, because is no matter how long you're loyal to a party or anything, if there's no changes, then what's the point? So,
Okay, so the final question for today's podcast series would be, um, firstly, so we spoke about your experiences voting and becoming first time voters, and you were really like, or even me myself, I was like, okay, ini kali lah. So that was the magic word that was used. Tapi were you all satisfied with all that's happened, after casting the vote, and you see, people just talking, there's all kinds of manifestos, promises coming out and stuff. So do you at some point or certain level of percentage you feel disappointed?
I feel in a collective way, I do feel disappointed, because there was a lot of promises, and I think that once the election was over, it was just like it's all gone missing already. But in my area, definitely the MP who was running for becoming the MP, I think he definitely kept up to his promises. So in a neighborhood way, I could say that I'm satisfied, but in a collective way, I definitely don't think it's satisfied. Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
Zafir?
in a bigger picture or bigger landscape, disappointed because, but that's politic, right? Real politic or what other people call it. Because to run a government to get, because there is no party that gain the majority, so they need to form alliance, coalition, and whatnot. So because some people they disappointed. Oh, they promised this, or fight corruption and whatnot. But after winning election,
I
they
see more
they collab
corruption.
with the corruptors and
Yeah,
So
agree.
it's
So I think this is the end of our podcast for the first episode on Shut Up Talks. Thank you very much. And do you have any like final message for the youth out there to be more involved or whatnot? You can just share it out. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on your podcast, Shalini. Definitely, we just want to say to the youths out there that you might think that politics is not interesting because I feel like a lot of youths think that it's just a waste of time. It doesn't affect me, but it does. And maybe you won't see the changes right now and the effects right now, but as you're growing and you have your own children, it will definitely affect them too. So, to make a better Malaysia, you can't just be complaining on Twitter or complaining on Instagram. That's not going to change anything. You have to be involved and you have to know your candidates and vote responsibly.
Yeah, when I second Harshini. So thank you, Shalini, for inviting us. And for me, when we know the importance of politics, what politics do to our life and so on, yeah, we need to go on the ground, meet the people, especially the rural area, and yeah, advocate about the importance of politics and educate about what we should when we want to vote, what we should evaluate instead of just play the sentiment card, the race card, or the religion card. So yeah, educate our people on the ground. Yeah.
Okay. So technically, to sum up, I think the youth should not give up. There's always hope. You know, it's hope is a very it's a magic word, and definitely we have to continue striving, whether we like it or not. We are already the citizens of Malaysia. We have to love the country because home is home, and we got to make our home as comfortable as possible, and so it's in our hands to do it. And so we wish to see more youth involvement like them in let's say politics or in building the nation as a whole. So yep, thank you all very much, and see you all soon.